Hi guys, I am Martyn Ford and we are here today on behalf of Animal to talk through a day in the life of myself when it comes to nutrition. As you can see, we have the food layout. We have breakfast, we have meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, meal 4. Now this is genuinely the amount of food I would eat and the type of food that I would eat. There'll be some flexibility on different days. If it's a work day, it may change with timing, it may change with the availability of food, but this is pretty much the forefront of what I would eat in one day. To break it down, we have breakfast, which is oats and egg whites. There'll be a selection of fruits which I'd have on the side of this. This is a good solid meal which I'd make sure I start off with. Once the food's down, that's when we look at the supplementation. Animal Pack is a must in the morning for me. It allows a complete selection of all the vitamins and minerals and nutrients that sometimes are not possible to consume just through food. Daily Greens is another one which I'll consume in the morning. These are my go-to supplementation products with meal 1. Now, if I'm training in the morning, it'll be straight to the gym. Before the gym, we'll go for the pre-workout and the amino acids. And then intra-gym workout, probably amino acids alongside. And then post-workout would be a meal for myself. That meal would be chicken, broccoli, sweet potato. It's easy to consume, it's very high in nutrients, and it tastes incredible. What we do after? Omega. This would be one which I would add in the post-workout and potentially another greens. For me, it's important to make sure that we get a good mixture of quality foods and quality supplementation to allow for recovery and to allow for performance. You have to remember, I'm training twice a day at this point. So morning workout will be a weight session. Afternoon workout, cardio session. So nutrients and food are a must for the fuel. Moving on to the second meal. It's going to be the same meal as the first one, which will be chicken, broccoli, and potatoes. Now, the reason I keep them consistent and the same, I understand what foods work for me. I understand what foods give me energy, what foods bloat me, what foods don't agree with myself. From someone who's had a condition before with stomach and the ability to utilize the foods correctly, it's very important that I stay relatively strict. A lot of people out there will understand what I'm talking about. If you're in one with the food, you will find you'll have way more energy and way more performance. Okay, the secondary pre-workout meal would be chicken, sweet potato, and broccoli. Again, it's a solid meal that gives you a variety of foods and nutrients. For me, it's about making sure that I have the right energy in the body to perform the workouts ahead. This digests very easily. It allows me the food I need. I'll also throw in a few pieces of fruit pre-workout. Just make sure I'm fully ready for everything that follows. Post-workout will be Animal Pack, salmon, broccoli, and some more fruit. I try and stay away from more complex carbohydrates of an evening, especially after the cardio workout. It just doesn't sit well with myself. It doesn't allow me to sleep fully. And as you know, sleep is extremely important when it comes to recovery. So last snack of the day for myself would be a mixture of nuts and seeds and cottage cheese. This was just before I went to bed. And it allows me to digest the food. It keeps some food in the system while I'm sleeping and really allows for recovery for the next day. Food to myself now has definitely changed over the last 20 years. When I first started out in the industry, and it was much more bodybuilding and strongman, there was weighing of the food, there was consistent times that I'd eat the food, and that really was the be-all and end-all of my life. It was all about consumption of the right food, the right amounts, the right times, which is fantastic if your objective is to be a professional sportsman, a professional bodybuilder, a professional strongman. Now, as I've adapted throughout the years and I've changed my job role into an acting one, food has to be a lot more flexible. It's still very important to make sure that I'm eating the right food to look a certain way. Certain roles will require me to be fast and to be have mobility, to be able to fight, to be able to move. Other roles, they'll require me to be larger and to have a better muscular look, which is when the food will probably change, and I will definitely look more into the macros then. But it's all about flexibility for me now. It's about eating the right foods at the right times and the right amounts that I feel. Some days I'll wake up and I'll be starving. Some days I'll wake up, I won't be so hungry. My one go-to saying is always make sure you understand what you're eating, when you're eating, and why you're eating. And that is something that I am a massive advocate of. And it's why I love products such as the Animal Pack, because you understand that the you've got a mixture of incredible quality nutrients that allow you to be flexible throughout the day. And for me, in the position I'm in my career now, flexibility is the key word. It's being able to move, it's being able to perform, and it's to be able to live my life with no restrictions. Anyone that runs a level of excellence and anyone that has a job that requires dedication and commitment, whether that be in an office or in a sports place, you will understand the importance of preparation. Now, for me, this is something that this is why a lot of my food is very, very much the same, because it's easier to create mass amounts of meals that tick boxes at once rather than trying to create bespoke meals throughout the day. This allows me to prioritize my time when it comes to family, when it comes to work, when it comes to training. It gives me the optimal amount of time outside of the kitchen and outside of food shopping. Food is essential, don't get me wrong. But sometimes I have an issue when it comes to food controlling your life and not the other way around. I think it's so important to understand the foods themselves, understand the important role that food plays, but also understand that your life is outside of the kitchen. And to have the basic knowledge on good food choices and bad food choices, to me, is what's really key and what allows you to flourish outside. And this is exactly why I'm such an advocate on products that Animal create, because it allows you to tick boxes in a very convenient way. It allows you to make up for the meals that might not pack the nutrients. And that is exactly, to me, what a good supplement is. It supplements the food. The food is important and it's essential, just as good supplementation is. For me, I think it's very key to really understand that sometimes you don't have to overcomplicate something for it to work. So many people try to overcomplicate things and then forget the main basics. When it comes to being a sports person, when it comes to performance, when it comes to really getting the best out of yourself, it's important that you put the effort and the work in where it counts, which is in the gym or on the field. So many people are so anal and so restricted on foods, in my opinion, that they sometimes can forget where the real results for performance are found. And that's on the pitch, it's in the gym. It's making sure that you really are dedicating every second and every minute to that workout. It's something that I absolutely love to do. I love to work out. I love the feeling of working out and the feeling of freedom and flexibility. You can't always have everything as perfect as you'd like it to be. And when you have 3 children, 2 businesses, a full-time job, you're working on a film set, you don't get the option to live the ideal bodybuilding lifestyle. So for me, it's about finding what works best for the individual. It's about sticking to the basics, and it's about applying yourself 100% with the basic ideas. A lot of the food that I do eat is very easy to cook, and it's very easy to cook for 2 reasons. 1, I'm a terrible cook, and 2, I'm a very busy man, which I'm sure most of the guys out there who are watching this can understand and can put themselves in my shoes. So if you want to follow foods such as this, it's very simple. You've got the broccoli, which is just steamed on the top, sweet potato, which is boiled, and the chicken, which we just cooked on the griddle. All of this can be done in 20-25 minutes. It's not difficult, it's not complicated, it's so easy. We're trying to keep the food clean, we're trying to keep the calories controlled, and we don't want to spike sugar levels, we don't want to throw in preservatives or additives that will be detrimental. So the flavoring from here comes from tomatoes, it comes from red onion, it comes from chives, and it comes from olive oil and pink Himalayan salt. This is pretty much how I live my day to day. It's very easy, it's very basic, it's non-complicated, and this is why I genuinely believe this is the best way to get results, because it is easy to do, it's easy to follow, and it's a lifestyle that fits around your hectic life rather than you trying to fit around this. If I could only ever have one animal supplement for the rest of my life, it would be an absolute no-brainer. It would be this one. It would be the one that has stood the test of time. It's the one that no other company is ever able to replicate. So many people try. It's the one supplement that does everything. And for me, this is me in a box. It makes it simple, it makes it convenient, and it allows you to live a life outside of the kitchen. It allows you to live a life outside of the worry and the panic of, am I consuming the right amounts of nutrients? Am I consuming them at the right times? Am I consuming all of the things I need to be the best version of me? This, to me, answers everything in one box. It gives you quality supplementation. It allows you to forget it allows the individual who's maybe not quite as educated on supplementation or food to make sure they've got that in their locker, to focus on the training, to focus on the life. And this is what nutrition for me is all about. It's about making it simple, it's about making it easy, and it's about making it work for you. Cheat meals or cheat days are saved for times for my children. It would be anything that they want, to be honest. And for me, my favorite or go-to cheat meal isn't necessarily a massive change of the kind of food, but more the way the food's cooked. So we may go out for the meal, they'll add extra salt, they'll add extra butter, they'll add extra cream or flavorings. And that for me is what a cheat meal is about. It's about spending time with the kids, spending time with the family, and just being more flexible on my day off of food. So many people have asked me about consistency. How do you consistently eat this? How do you stay on track? It's simple. You find foods that you enjoy. I love salmon, I love chicken, I love sweet potato. And you can alternate the flavors with herbs and spices, with onions, tomatoes, with oils and so on. There's so many ways to make the staple part of the food taste slightly different. The way to stay consistent is understand what you enjoy, to make it simple and to make it work for you. Consistency comes from results. Consistency comes from feeling good. This food makes me feel incredible. It's why it's very similar in essence in the meals. It's so easy to cook. It's very easy to change the taste of. It's easy to carry around with me, and I know it gets the results that I require. Thank you for joining me. This is everything that I eat on a day. Any questions, please drop in the link below.